The United Kingdom is leaving the European Union. We will no longer be members of its single market or its customs union, for we understand that the single market's four freedoms are indivisible for our European friends. We recognise that the single market is built on a balance of rights and obligations, and we do not pretend that you can have all the benefits of membership of the single market without its obligations. So our task is to find a new framework that allows for a close economic partnership, but holds those rights and obligations in a new and different balance. Let us not seek merely to adopt a model already enjoyed by other countries. Instead, let us be creative as well as practical in designing an ambitious economic partnership which respects the freedoms and principles of the EU and the wishes of the British people. To make this partnership work, because disagreements inevitably arise, we will need a strong and appropriate dispute resolution mechanism. It is, of course, vital that any agreement reached, its specific terms and the principles on which it is based, are interpreted in the same way by the European Union and the United Kingdom, and we want to discuss how we do that. This could not mean the European Court of Justice, or indeed UK courts being the arbiter of disputes about the implementation of the agreement between the UK and the EU, however. It wouldn't be right for one party's court to have jurisdiction over the other. We are proposing a bold new strategic agreement that provides a comprehensive framework for future security, law enforcement and criminal justice cooperation, a treaty between the UK and the EU. This would complement the extensive and mature bilateral relationships that we already have with European friends to promote our common security. Our ambition would be to build a model that is underpinned by our shared principles, including high standards of data protection and human rights. It would be kept sufficiently versatile and dynamic to respond to the ever-evolving threats that we face. And it would create an ongoing dialogue in which law enforcement and criminal justice priorities can be shared and, where appropriate, tackled jointly. A period of implementation would be in our mutual interest. And that is why I am proposing that there should be such a period after the UK leaves the EU. Clearly, people, businesses and public services should only have to plan for one set of changes in the relationship between the UK and the EU. So during the implementation period, access to one another's markets should continue on current terms, and Britain should also continue to take part in existing security measures. And I know businesses in particular would welcome the certainty this would provide. The framework for this strictly time-limited period, which can be agreed under Article 50, would be the existing structure of EU rules and regulations. How long the period is should be determined simply by how long it will take to prepare and implement the new processes and new systems that will underpin that future partnership. For example, it will take time to put in place the new immigration system required to retake control of the UK's borders. So during the implementation period, people will continue to be able to come and live and work in the UK, but there will be a registration system, an essential preparation for the new regime. As of today, these considerations point to an implementation period of around 2 years.